Indiana is I was in the closing ceremonies of the Winter Olympics. So I'm sure most of us here are Canadians, and so I can talk disparagingly of Canada, and we'll all know what I'm talking about. So when that thing in the opening ceremonies didn't come up, I thought, oh Lord, no, not Canada. Gee whiz. You know, the Chinese had spent $40 billion on their Olympics, and they had 10,000 soldiers beating on drums. And I remember when they came to me and said, we would like you to be in the closing ceremonies, I kept asking the guys who were being responsible for the opening and closing ceremonies, what are you going to do to top $40 billion? I mean, Canada doesn't make $40 billion of the entire gross national product. And they spent that on the Olympics. What are we going to do? And they said, imagination. Hey, you can't beat imagination. You can't buy imagination. So now, those pylons have to come up. Am I talking to the choir here? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Okay. So 3 pylons come up, and the 4th pylon doesn't come up. And I see Wayne Gretzky, and I recognize the little beads of sweat underneath. In acting terms, that's called flop sweat. Because I now know that he had an earpiece, and there was somebody in his ear saying, not now, Wayne, not yet, Wayne, wait, it's gonna go up, wait, Wayne. It sounded like it needed a Viagra or something like that. Wait, Wayne, it'll come up in a second. And for 2.5 minutes, Wayne Gretzky waited to light the torch, and finally they decided it's not going to go up. First time it had a glitch. They must have tried it, I'm told now, 30, 40 times. It worked every time. But of course, on the air, so it didn't work. Now, that was horrible. I don't know about you guys, but I just shrank. Now it's the closing ceremonies. I'm in Vancouver. And I'm watching what, they won't tell anybody what they're going to do. So I'm watching, they built a stage higher than this in that arena, 10 feet, so you could walk underneath. So there was traffic going underneath the stage, and there were lifts going up and down on the stage. And there was all these people in that huge amphitheater, and then 4 billion people watching, okay? So I'm watching on the television monitor, and I see the mime, I guess from a Cirque du Soleil, come in and pretend to lift the 4th pylon, which goes up. And I think, of course, that's Canada. Imagination. They planned the whole damn thing. It was great. Except I knew they hadn't planned it. So now I'm in this thing underneath, this bottom floor. There's this 10-foot ceiling, and I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I've got the ear thing in my ear, and Neil Young goes up the lift, he plays his song, great song, and everybody loves it. Now he descends, and I hear, and I've been in rehearsal, so I've had a number of words to say, and I've rehearsed it a couple of times. But everybody's made me aware that there are 60,000 people in the arena, and 4 billion people watching. And what you don't want to do is forget the words. You don't want to forget the words. In front of 60,000 people and 4 billion people watching. So what they do to prevent it is they put up a teleprompter on the little platform that I'm going up. So I hear the guy say, put Shatner on the platform. So I get on the platform. Platform's a little bigger than this, and the teleprompter's right here. And I see a guy go like this. 4 billion people! What's wrong with the teleprompter? The pylon didn't go up! What's wrong with the teleprompter? put Shatner on the thing. I'm getting on the thing, and the guy is pounding on this thing, and finally the lift is going up, and I hear him go, "It works!" And I go up. I didn't need the teleprompter, but boy, I'll tell you, that was one terrible moment in Canada. There's a fun story apropos of that. So they came down to Los Angeles, the people who were running the show, and they said, "Here's the closing ceremony, here's what we'd like you to do." And I said, "Fine." And they said, "There's no money involved." I said, "No, thank you." They said, "Well, we'll pay some of your expenses." So I said, "Well, I'd like to bring some of my family." They said, "Fine." So I brought 13 members of my family. So my daughters, their husbands, the children, everything. And we're in this hotel, and we would gather every meal around this large table, 13 members of my immediate family. So some guy sidles up to me in rehearsal, and he says, "Bill, we have 4 tickets to the hockey game. And and I had read this in the paper, in the Vancouver paper, they're going for $40,000 a piece. And we have 4 tickets for you. And that's because we love you. And you came up here and you're giving us your time, and you brought 13 members of your family. Well, we have 4 tickets for you." So I said, "Oh, that's great, 4 tickets to the game. 4 times 40, what's that again?" So now I'm sitting at this table of 13. I got 3 sons-in-laws and 2 older grandchildren, boys, who are athletes. And I say, "Look, I've got 4 tickets. There's 13 of us, and none, so that means only 4 of us can go. So my wife and I are going. Elizabeth and I are going. That leaves 2 tickets." So this is not a democracy. This is a patriarchy. And I am assigning these 2 tickets to son-in-law Joel and son-in-law Andrew. And that's the way it is. I'm sorry, folks, but these 2 guys are interested in hockey. And Elizabeth and I have to have the experience, and the girls don't care, and the grandchildren are too small, and so that's the way it is. Okay, and everybody goes, "Okay." And my oldest daughter, who is the mother of the 2 older grandchildren, boys, sidles up to me and says, "Grant and Eric would really like to go." So, all right, I'm the grandfather, I'm the father-in-law, but I think grandfather has more weight to it. So, all right, Joel, Andrew. Sorry, you can't have the tickets, right? And Joel goes, "What?" He's an actor, Joel Gretsch, and he was in Vancouver shooting, and he told everybody that he was going to the hockey game. But not only that, he loves hockey. And I swear to God, there were tears in his eyes. And he said, "I'm not going to the hockey game." I said, "Well, I don't know what to do. My Grant and Eric, grandsons," and he says, all right. I give my ticket to Grant, and Andrew gives his ticket to Eric. And now the 2 grandsons and Elizabeth and I are going. And Elizabeth says, "Joel, I love you so much that I'll give you my ticket." That's what I said. Oh. So Joel gets his ticket. And now the 2 grandsons and Joel and I are going. And it's all worked out, and Andrew doesn't care that much, and that's great. Now I get on Saturday night, I guess it was, whatever it was, the closing ceremony, Sunday night, Saturday night. I'm there, and the same guy who said, "Bill, I have 4 tickets for you," sidles up to me and says, "I don't know how to say this, but the 4 tickets have been sold." I said, "Joel and Eric and Grant and I were going to go." So they disappeared. Somebody had a $40,000 ticket and 4 tickets, $160,000 just lying around the tickets. I don't know where they went. So here's what I say. I hate that actor bull stuff. I don't know how many kids are here. Bull bleep. I hate actor bull bleep, but I'm pulling some actor bull bleep here. Unless I get 4 tickets, I'm not going on. It works every time, by the way. He said, what do you mean you're not going on? I said, hey, you promised me 4 tickets. I promised my family 4 tickets. This is a very serious matter. You got to get me 4 tickets. I don't care where you get them. You have to get me 4 tickets. He turned white. He sidled off. And some hours later, he sidled back and he said, Bill, because we love you, we have 3 tickets. So I'm thinking, all right, I have a fallback position. I'll give my ticket to Joel and I won't go. And I'm ready to do that. When an hour later, he sidles up and he says, Bill, we've got 3 more tickets. You mean you got me 6 tickets? Yes. Everybody went to the hockey game. But it's such a story of love in the family. We were so touched. It's like a legend in our family. We retell it every 6 months.